Hey peeps, it's Carpo here. The question of the day is this: how much initiative should one take, and how much action should one take to change his surroundings, as opposed to how accepting one should be of the way things are? And this is a big issue. This is like a very big issue right now, because there are a lot. Let's take the extremes. We've got Billy here on the left who is pissed off at the government. He complains about every single local company that uses any type of product that may be dangerous to the health, or that may have any type, he's worried about smart meters, he's worried about fluoride, he's worried about chemtrails, he's worried about everything. I mean everything. He's worried about GMOs and poisoning in his house and all the chemicals and this and that and this and that. And he fights to the teeth, everyone, and spends all his time sending out letters and trying to change these things. And then on the other side we have little Joey, who decided to take up meditation, become let's say a Buddhist, and he just completely accepts things the way they are and absolutely puts no initiative into changing things, and said, oh, that should just be, that's just the way things are. Both of these people have some issues to contend with, because, one person's spending, fighting too many fights, and the other person is not fighting enough fights. And this is the big question, is what is enough of a battle to have? Now, I've been called ignorant, lazy, or, self-indulged or whatnot, because I choose not to complain about some of the more ridiculous things that I can't do anything about. Say, okay, let's take this one for example. We saw some military cars being transported by train. We think they're getting ready to declare martial law. Okay, so you're basing it all on a theory, so there's a possibility, but you have absolutely no recourse, no way to do anything about it, no way to change what's going on. You're trying to make people aware, but really you end up looking like an idiot, because there's no proof other than some video of a train with some military cars on it. Then you have a whistleblower come out and start talking. Now all of a sudden we have all these problems that people are worried about. And they're sitting here worried about FEMA camps while they're eating their TV dinner that's loaded with, GMOs that are killing their body fast. They're looking up at the the contrails in the sky and thinking that they're being poisoned by chemicals, when in reality they're probably just hurting their eyes more looking up at the light. I'm not going to say all these things are null and void and that we shouldn't worry, but that's my question, is that how much is too much and how much is not enough? You can't just sit by and let things just take you over as a human. I mean, the people the powers that be will roll right over you if you don't stand up for yourself and do something about it. And they've done it before, and they'll always do it. There's no mass arrests going to take place where all the bankers and the world leaders are just going to be rounded up and then everything's going to be hunky-dory. I mean, I don't think people think this through enough. We have a system that is very fragile right now. It's kind of like building up a pyramid of wine glasses, building them up is hard. Taking them down can be even harder. If you try to disassemble that, it's bound to collapse, and there's going to be a lot more damage. And that's what's happened, is we've built a tower of wine glasses, and we are trying to take them down with gloves. There's no way we can get out of the situation we're in without some problems. But we can't sit and complain about every single problem that's going on. We really have to pick our battles and start fighting as a team if we're going to battle some of these things, and make sure that they're issues that we can actually contend with, issues that we actually are sure that are going on, and issues that we actually understand and can do something about. Now, there are some things that just need to be left alone, and those are to be determined. I'm not going to even go into the details because I don't know. I'm just asking, the people, what exactly is it that we're supposed to be doing here? And I think what happens is people are angry, and so they don't know where to send their aggression and who to fight against, so they put it out on the first person that comes. That's just like you coming home from work. You have a bad day. Take it out on your wife. People do it every day. I make a conscious effort to never take anything out of my family when I'm angry. And if I do say something in haste, then I apologize and realize my mistake. Now, this is just a family. Now, imagine the guy who has a bad day at work, then goes to his other job, or has a bad day at home and then goes to work. People are influencing one another all the time. And if there's one guy out there screaming, the sky is falling, it's a lot easier for 20 people to fall into the fear mode of saying, oh yeah, the sky is falling, If a guy's standing on the corner saying, look how beautiful the sky is, everybody says he must just be high. That's the problem. That's where we've become. If someone says something positive, people just brush them off. And there's a group of people who, reinforce each other's beliefs. I'm not going to say everyone's like this. I have a very strong group of, people that are reinforcing in my beliefs and about being good and loving one another. People who post positive things, positive comments, positive videos. That's what life's all about, is to try to accomplish some of these things that we can change without being the guy that's screaming, the sky's falling, and without being the guy that's walking around going, peace, man, you just got to meditate everything away. There is a happy medium. And once again, it comes down to yin and yang. But I don't know which fights to have. So I have decided in my life, I've decided not to fight. I've decided to wage a battle within my own mind to conquer negative thoughts, negative emotions that cause me turmoil or cause me not to feel well. And by changing myself and my own ideas, I'm hoping that I can change slowly those around me to feel better about themselves too. And then if that small group can affect another group, then perhaps we can change the perceptions of everyone over time. I may be an idealist, I may be a dreamer, but indeed, idealists and dreamers are the only people who stand out in history because they're the ones that make things happen and make people think. I know many are very happy to sit back and just let things happen, and I've been that way too long. So it's time to take initiative, and I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I don't know what battles to stand up for. I don't know which things are right, which things are wrong. I don't know the truth. I don't know the details. Every single story where there's a negativity about it, there's a positive side to it that people just aren't seeing, and vice versa. So all we can do is conquer our own demons and hopefully find some battles that are really worth it if we're going to fight and put our energy, because it takes a hell of a lot more to fight against something than to support something. So much love to everyone, and I hope everyone is having a great 2013. It's going to be quite a year. It already has. And then the next one, and then the next one. Much love.